What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 42 of my Accutane adventures. It's been a long journey, but this week I have some big news. But first, before I go into that, because I haven't told my acne followers about this yet, I'm offering 2 for $30 t-shirts, custom printed. You can choose the color of the shirt and the color of the ink. Don't forget to check that out on beyondtheweek.com. Now, let's go on to the episode. I don't know if you guys are looking at the same face that I'm looking at, but I mean, look at this. Seriously, let me get this on focus real quick, but look. Almost no acne on the cheek portion of the right side of my face, right? We just got like this little one right here. It's like the last part. And then there's just a couple of blackheads that are kind of hanging out. But I've noticed that those blackheads go away naturally as time goes on and, you know, your face gets more dry. And then here's my left side of my face. Same thing. Like, look at this jawline. Completely clear. All the way on my chin strap, basically around my whole face is completely clear. There's this little one up here too. It's kind of funny. They're like symmetrical little things on my cheeks. And, you know, once again, just a few blackheads. And then really the worst part of my face right now is my forehead. But even that's not that bad. It's like that little collection, those little two things, and then a grip of blackheads. But they're clearing from the outside of the skin, outside here, in. So I'm not even worried about taking the blackheads out myself. I'm just letting them come out. I wake up and some of them are gone. Obviously, I still have a few weeks to go with my Accutane adventure here. This is not the end of the series, so don't worry, guys. This is still gonna be coming next week as well. But it's really cool to have a clear face. My brother LP, who sees me every single day, probably the best judge of character, since, you know, when you see yourself, you think a certain way, but when someone else sees you daily, because they're not thinking through your own insecurities or your own perspective, they're just looking at you completely objectively, they have a really good opinion. Anyways, LP says that it looks like I'm wearing makeup half the time. He forgets, you know, that I don't have so much acne because he's so used to me having acne. So he's like, oh, is he wearing makeup? And he's like, oh wait, no. He's just got more of a clear face. Which is not a bad thing. Real quick, let's go over my side effects. They're pretty much the same as they have been for the last like 4 or 5 weeks. A little bit dry face, very dry lips that I have to, you know, medicate with chapstick every probably hour and a half, something like that. Just the slightest bit of back pain, and other than that, I feel great. No depression, no spacey, weird zombie feeling in the day. Completely fine. I feel great, and we're clearing up finally. Oh, and since I don't always mention this, I am on 100 milligrams of Accutane a day. That's 20 milligram pills. There's 5 pills, and I take them all at night with my biggest fat meal, which has to be over 25 grams of fat. That's what the dermatologist says. You should get at least 25 grams of fat when you're taking your Accutane, if not more. All right, let's move on to the fan questions, because the fan questions are my favorite part. The first question comes from, I don't know how to read this name, but what he or she asks is, first off, they say, face is getting really clear. That's great, thank you very much. And they say, have you noticed that the redness and irritation has gone down as you've gotten more clear? Yeah, as you can see, my face right now, it's not very red. So there's certain parts of the day where my face gets really red and it's like, oh wow, it looks like he has a ton of acne just because of the redness and irritation. And then there's certain parts of the day, like right now, where I have no redness, and it contributes even further to me looking clear. So, you know, there's certain times of the day, bro. Peter Dubing asks me, what do you do about your trapped blackheads, or what have you done about them? He says that he's been on Accutane for about 2.5 months, and his blackheads just look like they are trapped and won't budge. Now, don't go picking at your blackheads quite yet. You've only been on Accutane for 2.5 months. That's nothing. That's no time at all. Stick on it. You'll see your blackheads start to come out probably at, say, around month 4 or maybe month 5. They'll just naturally start coming out because your pores will start getting smaller than the blackhead is. So the blackhead has to be forced out. The only way is upwards. They can't go sideways, left, right, or down. They gotta come out. Also, with the really deep ones, I'd say after 4 or 5 months, once some of the other ones are starting to come out, you'll see that the big, deep trapped ones are starting to surface a little bit. Now, they're probably not gonna come out on their own, but they'll be very easy to just put a little pressure on and they'll come out. Don't go crazy, don't go smashing your face. Remember, you're more prone to injuring your skin when you're pushing on it and playing with it and whatnot when you're on Accutane. I even had one time where, way back in the day when I first started, when my girlfriend was trying to push on my zit, she pushed so hard that 2 pieces of the skin around the zit started to get a little abrasion. She started to take off this top layer of skin, and yeah, you can do that. So don't push too hard. Be very careful. T-Man says, are you gonna get back on the dairy train after you're done with Accutane and completely cleared up? Or is that kind of like cleaning the toilet and then throwing diarrhea in it? Well, it's kind of like your diarrhea in the toilet analogy. I feel that if you are prone to getting acne when you do a certain thing, dairy or, you know, whatever it is, and then you do it again after you've cleared up, I feel like you're kind of asking to bring it back. You know, you're almost like training your acne. You're bringing it back from having no muscle, and you're like training it until it's strong again, and it can punch you in the face later. Set50 says, hey man, your skin is looking great, but do you find that sometimes certain mirrors make your acne look really bad, and sometimes certain mirrors make your acne look really good? Now, absolutely, and I wouldn't say it's the mirror, I'd say it's more the lightings. For example, right now this is a fantastic lighting for my acne because we're using natural light. It's a very like calm, neutral, warming light. It doesn't highlight the redness of your face. But watch this. I'll take you under some fluorescent lights, some very cold, negative, sharp, harsh lights, and you'll see the difference. Okay, so now we're in the video recording studio where me and LP make videos. I have 3 fluorescent lights shooting at me, and you'll probably be able to see in this light that my acne looks a lot worse. You'll probably see a lot more redness, and this is because this light is very cold and very harsh. So if you're in artificial light like at the gym or at school or something, you're probably gonna look a little worse as far as your acne is than if you're in natural light like the sun, or if you're in like some warm like iridescent lighting like a light bulb instead of some very harsh neutral lighting. Now back to the questions. And the final question comes from Lowell Brothers, and he says, are you planning on growing your beard out? No. I don't know if you guys have seen my beard. When it starts to grow a little bit, I wouldn't even call it a beard. That's kind of a disgrace to other people with epic legendary beards. I have like this odd sideburn thing that grows, and then this part of my jaw does not grow hair. So like right here it'll be clear, and then right here it all grows hair. So I'll have like this weird splotchy side patch thing, and then a cool like little goatee chin thing, and then nothing where my soul patch should be, and then a thick mustache, and it's horrible. So if I let that grow out really far, it would be this big ol' fluffy, nasty, patchy beard with like certain spots that don't grow hair at all. No thanks, Jeff. Thank you guys so much for checking out week 42 of my Accutane adventures. It's been a long series, but seriously, I feel like we are almost done. I'd say we're probably like 4 weeks, maybe 5 or 6 weeks out. Very clear skin. I'm very excited with how this is coming, and I'm glad that I'm finally like clearing up because you guys have followed me for so long, but now I have, you know, I have the final product coming where you guys have been anticipating and wanting. There's been so much suspense, and it's finally happening, guys. It's finally happening. I'm clearing up. So as always, thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are just immensely amazing to me. Please like the video if you have not liked the video already. It's gonna help me get out to more people who are suffering from acne or are thinking about being on Accutane. So it's gonna help, you know, get this message, this outreach to more people. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I post some pretty interesting stuff. You know, if you can't get your brine fixing in once daily, you can definitely do that also on Instagram by following me at Thick Solid Tight, all one word. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. Appreciate it so much. Hopefully next week we have an even clearer face, which would be mind-blowing to me. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week. Lift heavy or die, MIRIN. Team Beyond the Week. Obviously, I still have a little bit of work to go, so we're not there. This isn't the end. Oh, Tim, you fucking dog.